Hey there, John Davis here. I'm a medical researcher who used to be 154 pounds overweight. And I have life-changing news for you if you're suffering from jiggly belly fat, flabby love handles, and embarrassing flab on your legs and butt. My team here at BioHealth Labs decided to do the impossible and uncover the true key to incinerate fat off your troubled areas for good. It's simple, easy, and can be done from home in the next few minutes, allowing you to experience effortless weight loss more than hours of exercise ever could. This groundbreaking method has passed through our extensive trials and been proven to work with over 30,000 testers. And in just a moment, we'll show you how to replicate their results from the comfort of your own home to instantly reignite your calorie-melting metabolism and quickly drop inches off your body's most stubborn fat stores for good. Now you may be wondering why I'm speaking to you from a small video on our website and not the front page of Time magazine. Well, despite our groundbreaking and safe results, we've been told we have to wait over 6 months to release it to the public. And yet, with millions of overweight Americans suffering and more dying every day, compared to almost every other metabolic-related disease combined, we decided 6 months was just too long. We needed to spread the word fast and show you what's being hidden from you. Big Pharma be damned. So far, this short yet transformative broadcast has been viewed by over 1 million people. So it's crucial you listen closely,
as I can't say how long it will be online.
You see, we're facing censorship from every angle. YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platforms have told us until we get our approvals, we may be banned from spreading this controversial method online. Meaning, this information is only available on this website for as long as we can keep it up and running. So to clarify, in the next 3 minutes, I will show you the true cause of your stubborn fat pockets. Hint, it has nothing to do with your diet. The dirty medical secrets about fat burners, so-called healthy foods, and extreme workouts, and how they could leave you in grave danger if you don't act fast. And most importantly, a breaking 2-minute method which can incinerate the hard-to-reach fat from every nook and cranny of your body in a matter of days, using a combination of ingredients you likely have in your kitchen pantry right now. This simple at-home trick I'm about to show you works no matter your age, genetics, or how long you've struggled to lose weight. And if you're skeptical right now, I understand. And not in the shallow way your doctor, friends, and family say they understand, while they talk behind your back about how you're over-exaggerating the excruciating pain of being overweight. No, I understand deeply, as someone who used to be 154 pounds overweight. And I need you to know it is not your fault. You see, I know what it feels like to be plagued with fear, wondering what others are thinking when you walk into a room, or if you'll be hit with sudden complications and forced to get gastric bypass surgery. I understand those persistent late-night thoughts, wondering why God chose you of all people to suffer. And most importantly, I know how being overweight destroys your ability to hope and believe, turning you into a raging skeptic, unable to trust anyone or anything. Because despite my medical background, struggling to lose even just a few pounds made me desperate and forced me to try things I knew had no medical basis for working. You see, out of desperation, I tried everything. Keto, paleo, P90X, you name it. And when they didn't work, I resorted to long and painful fasts. And all these so-called solutions did was raise my hopes and crush them to pieces again. While intense cravings, anxiety, and fatigue continued to chip away at my body, leaving me helpless, wondering if I'd be stuck that way forever. But I persisted and continued testing everything I could, hoping to find the solution for me and my wife, to give us our old life back. And thank the Lord I did, because now we have the freedom to enjoy life. Eat all our favorite foods, such as pizza and chocolate desserts, and still melt the excess fat from our belly, buns, and hips at an astonishing rate. And that's what I want from you. So as a former sufferer, I ask you to stick with me for just 3 minutes and take the words I say very seriously, because I promise they will change your life forever. So watch this urgent presentation until the very end, as I can't say how long it will be online. You see, the big pharma industry is worth $1 trillion, and this simple at-home trick threatens to put them out of business. That's 1 trillion reasons why they'll try everything in their power to take down this inexpensive ritual, making it crucial you shut off all distractions, take a seat, and listen closely, as the next 3 minutes will change your life or the life of a loved one forever. So let's begin.
Hey, so as I mentioned, I'm John Davis. I'm by no means a fitness guru, professor, or expert nutritionist, here to confuse you with confusing science terms. Far from it. I'm a 46-year-old firefighter and live with my beautiful wife, Ashley, and our 3 girls in Fort Worth, Texas. And recently, I played a big role in taming the California wildfires, which left many of my fellow co-workers injured and defeated. I tell you this because I know what it's like to lose control. Just like a small controlled fire can turn into a statewide disaster, so can your body. And that's what happened to Ashley and me, and you too. Our story will likely sound pretty familiar. We met in our 20s, fell madly in love without a care in the world. We were both a slim, athletic build back then, and believe me when I say we took our health for granted. Then, at 28 years old, Ashley gave birth to our first child, Megan. With 25 pounds of pregnancy fat, she did what she was used to, cut carbs out of her diet, attended a few hot yoga classes, and just like that, the fat was gone. But 7 years later, our next child, Kelly, was born, and after eating for 2 for 9 months, this time she was 55 pounds heavier. Our doctor warned that her erratic blood sugar and fat around her belly and organs was suffocating her heart. She needed to lose the 55 pounds or she might have a heart attack at any moment. Easy enough, she thought. But at 34 years old, something was different this time around. Everything that had worked before to drop a few pounds stopped working completely. Her pregnancy fat would not go away, and she struggled to lose just 5 pounds over the course of a few years. My wife tried everything. Keto, vegan, pescatarian, smoothie detoxes. We spent thousands of dollars on fad diets like Weight Watchers and Nutrisystem. Hell, we even took out a loan to get our hands on a fancy Peloton bike, which only made her knee pain worse, while her cravings for junk food intensified and did nothing to her belly fat. Sure, with every new diet she'd lose a couple pounds, and felt excited that she was finally on the right track to get back to her slim figure, but they were always impossible to stick to. And by day 3 or 4, her cravings for Dunkin' Donuts and Ben & Jerry's consumed her every waking thought. Her old habits kicked in, and she was filled with regret and shame for letting herself down. And with every failure came even more comfort eating, forcing her body to add on even more nasty fat and cottage cheese cellulite than before she started. The woman I fell in love with was drifting further and further away from me. Truth be told, we were inches away from getting a divorce. Our sex life was non-existent. It's embarrassing to admit, but neither of us could be intimate with each other. We barely ever spoke, and when we did, it was just about how exhausted or hungry we were. This went on for almost a decade, and instead of losing the weight as she'd intended, she was now 60 pounds heavier, depressed, and had chronic joint pain in her knees, back, and ankles. She wore a XXX size hoodie anytime we left the house. She stopped looking in mirrors and would always tell me to leave the room when she got dressed. Her self-esteem was at an all-time low. We rarely ever went out for dates, frightened of people judging what she ate. Ashley thought about all the other women who were skinny and toned, who ate whatever their hearts desired. Why can't I look like them? What the hell is wrong with me? She cried out. Ashley looked at me with puffy, red eyes, looking down at her blubbery waist that disgusted her to the core, and the realization set in that she was going to be overweight for the rest of her life. I can't do this anymore, she said. I've never felt so powerless in my whole life. You see, I know exactly what you're going through because I saw Ashley tormented by those same feelings every single day. 4 months later, and the scariest moment of our without you, our daughter muttered, as she wiped the tears from her bloodshot eyes. And I know the man above heard our prayers, because Ashley made a dramatic recovery that night. And what happened next was the most miraculous and eye-opening moment of my life. It was the breakthrough we needed, and I know you need too, and needed to get in touch with Dr. Delore right away. After all, this could have been the breakthrough we so desperately needed. So every day for a week I called his office to set a meeting. Eventually, he agreed. Dr. Delore was an extremely smart man, well-spoken and surprisingly empathetic. He told me about his life as a doctor on a little-known tropical island off the coast of Vietnam called Han Tre before moving to the US to work for some of our country's biggest weight loss companies. Did you know Han Tre is one of the world's most biodiverse and unique ecosystems, with its lush forests, exotic coral reefs, and packed with flora and fauna? And while Doc told me about the fascinating intricacies of his home island, I told him all about Ashley's bone-chilling 18-year struggle with her weight, how it had destroyed every part of not just our own lives, but our kids too. With Ashley's timely and grim future, we didn't have much time to dilly-dally around, so I begged him for his secret. If there was anything we could do, where over a decade of American diets and exercise routines failed us. And what Dr. Delore shared with me over the next couple minutes sent shivers down my spine. First, know that none of this is Ashley's fault, he said. The very second you feel a bit of wobbly fat on your belly, you're told to eat chicken, rice, and broccoli. Throw away any junk food and do some walking or jogging every day. Sound familiar? Well, the problem here is following this advice can almost guarantee you get fatter, not thinner. That's how the weight loss industry makes billions of dollars off America's ill health. Just think about it. When was the last time you went on a diet or fasted and the weight stayed off forever? Never happened, right? That's because after starting a diet, your fat cells may shrink a little bit, but soon after, your body enters a starvation mode, slows down your metabolism, and protects your vital organs by holding on to fat. When your diet fails you, and you feel guilty for not staying true to your word, just know that you are not to blame. Even worse, pretty alarming stuff. Plus, the slow metabolism damage can be permanent. Want to know the real truth? Slim people simply do not diet. They just don't need to. And I know that because in just a moment, I'm going to reveal the identity of the ancestral calorie-melting cells, something that hundreds of clinical studies found are in large amounts in slim people and almost non-existent in fat people. Plus, I'll share the quick tribal hack you can do right now to increase them for yourself, so you can take back control of your weight. Oh, and don't get me started with exercise regimens, Dr. Delore continued. The average adult can only burn 5% of their daily calories through exercise. It's nothing. Let that sink in for a second. Now you know why meal plans, workout regimens, and fancy exercise equipment are such cash cows for the multi-billion-dollar weight loss industry. They want you to gain weight so you can keep coming back and lining their pockets with more money. Throughout the course of their whole life, each American spends over $110,250 on trying to lose weight. And nearly half of all Americans are obese. USA companies are at the top of the weight loss industry in terms of revenue, and we also have the highest rate of obesity in the world. Coincidence? I think not, said Dr. Delore. I could see the millionaire executives pulling up with their new Mercedes-Benzes, playing a round of golf at their country club, all at the expense of people like you and my wife. It disgusts me. Doc paused. I could see he was fed up with getting bullied around by the weight loss conglomerates. You know what? Get a pen and paper, he said to me. Write this down. I'm sick and tired of this. We need to take a stand now. With your help, I think we have a real fighting chance. Fueled by adrenaline, I listened attentively, ready to take copious notes. Dr. Delore read out a few weird-sounding names of plants, herbs, and spices I'd never heard of in my life. What is this? I asked him. A few years ago, I gave the higher-ups of the weight loss companies I used to work for the same ingredients I'm sharing with you now, assuming they'd release it to the public. But rather than sharing it with the world, they canceled me, spread the word that I was a crooked whistleblower doctor, and hid it from those who needed it most, said Dr. Delore. But I'm not going to let them strong-arm me anymore. You came to me at the right time. With your help, I think we can really show them who's boss. So let me fill you in. You see, obesity doesn't exist in the Han Tre Islands. Matter of fact, the indigenous tribe doesn't even have a word for it in their language. And this is the reason why. Give it a try. Eat it and see the results for yourself. I have to go. They may be listening. Don't say a word about this conversation for now. Then Doc hung up the phone abruptly. For the first time in a long time, I felt real hope. God answered my prayers. This was the best lead I could have ever come across. So without a moment's notice, I jumped onto my laptop and began researching everything I could find about this odd recipe that Dr. Delore shared with me. I sifted through research archives and medical journals day and night, and I was shocked by what I'd found. First, there were roots of the exotic polygonum plant, which is a unique superfood native to the Han Tre Island, used by ancient medicinal shamans for thousands of years because of its anti-inflammatory effects. Its active compound, resveratrol, is full of antioxidants that studies show supports health, memory, vision, cholesterol, and repair skin damage. But even more important, it turns out there are two types of fat. white fat and brown fat. You see, babies physically can't shiver yet, so when they're cold, brown fat, on the other hand, is the complete opposite to white fat. And despite its name, brown fat is actually not fat at all. It's not a fat store like white fat, it's a fat drinker. Imagine hacking your body into thinking it's running a full marathon, but you're not. You're sitting on the couch watching your favorite shows on Netflix, and your body is burning calories faster than ever. You'd keep burning calories like a teenager going through puberty, week after week, year after year, with no side effects or rebounding whatsoever. These are the same ancestral fat melting cells Dr. Delore was talking about. As mentioned before, a newborn baby's weight is 5% brown fat. That's around 6.4 ounces. The average adult, on the other hand, only has around 1.5 ounces of brown fat, and this decreases more and more and faster the more we age. We don't have nearly as much brown fat as we need to stay slim. But I wouldn't book a round-trip flight to Hantre right away hoping to grab yourself some polygonum roots, because it was essential to combine this with the next magical substance on Dr. Delore's list. Did you know there is a special spice of crepe myrtle tree native to Southeast Asia? We found that these islanders use a unique process to carefully extract a fascinating ingredient called pienema. It contains over 300 potent antioxidants and vitamins with anti-inflammatory properties, anti-allergy, and even supports healthy blood sugar. In fact, it's so rare and effective that folks consider it a crystal healing nutrient from heaven. Dating back thousands of years ago, our ancestors even used it to fight infections and for healing. The best part? But it doesn't stop there, because next was white Korean ginseng root. The white Korean ginseng's other benefits are huge. Recently, Dr. Oz featured it as a booty fat melter. Suffice to say, after reading all of these fascinating and compelling publications, I felt like I'd won the lottery, because this was the first time in a long time that I had a real solution for Ashley's weight problems. But reading about all these fascinating nutrients is one thing. Seeing results for myself is an entirely different beast. So I had to try this incredible, life-changing recipe pronto. But there was one more problem. Finding high-quality suppliers of these ancestral superfoods would take weeks, then a few months after that for it to arrive at my doorstep. Plus, I'd need even more time to meticulously extract the roots, pigments, resin, and leaves, the same way Dr. Delore instructed me to. It cost me over $1,500 to replicate, and in the end, I was drained of energy. I didn't even have a day's worth of the recipe, for God's sake. I needed help. Luckily, my story had made its way across the independent science community, where other researchers were eager to work with me, because they too were sick of standing on the sidelines and getting silenced by the weight loss industry left, right, and center. So out of the 15 respected scientists who reached out, I chose the esteemed British doctor, Dr. James Steadman, an anti-aging and weight loss specialist. He'd worked privately for royalty, top athletes, TV, and Hollywood stars, and was so excited to hear of my discovery, greeting me with a firm handshake and a big smile. "Your findings are 100% correct. Nice work," he said. "Not everyone is fat. We all have that one friend we resent. You know, the one who eats what they want whenever they want and still stays skinny. But normal folks like us, on the other hand, we eat a single slice of pizza or cake and boom, it sticks instantly to our belly." Well, they don't have a secret. We all lose brown fat since birth at different speeds based on our genetics and body types. And by 35 years old, for most adults, it's nearly gone. Remember eating what you want as a teenager with no issues, but you seem to hit a brick wall as you get older? That's why. I've got Ashley's and your scan results, and it confirms you, John, have around 0.8 ounces of brown fat, and Ashley has around 0.5 ounces, which is 92% less than the people of Hantre Island. You're burning essentially 0 extra calories. It's no wonder you found it impossible to lose a single pound. Scientists have wondered for years if it's even possible for you to increase brown fat. So over the next few weeks, Dr. Steadman called in favorites with top scientists worldwide to discover 3 more unique plants to boost results. First was recommended by Chief Medical Research Professor Cooper from Nepal, Camellia sinensis. This special extract of green tea has a concentrated form of catechins, something you won't find in your local health food store. And it's crammed full of health-boosting properties, one of them being its ability to increase healthy brown fat levels and reduce the likelihood of obesity. Plus, it was essential to combine it with a final ingredient as an icing to the cake. I'm talking about silymarin, recommended by Dr. Afonso from Barcelona, Spain. It also improves blood pressure by an average of 27% and neutralizes free radicals that are unstable molecules in the body that can increase the risk of disease. Best of all, it reduces the markers of aging and rejuvenates and repairs aging cells. Fascinating. For half a year, Dr. Steadman tested over 500 different combinations of weights and ratios of the 8 anti-aging fat-melting superfoods to identify a single potent nutrient, 5 times more powerful than the original recipe, and when taken at the right time of day, would quickly multiply brown fat, dissolving white fat stores into clean, natural energy at rapid speeds, while repairing and healing the damage that decades of being overweight have caused to every cell in your body. He then negotiated bulk deals with the most trusted and certified supplies from Hantre. along with other rare corners of the world, not only to get the very best price, but also to get the most concentrated and most effective form of this recipe, who agreed to carefully prepare the rare ingredients into a single, safe, and easy-to-swallow plant-filled capsule to take every morning instead of powders, which flood your digestion, causing heartburn, and are flushed out before helping. A capsule means all-day time release of the potent fat-burning formula, even while sleeping. So, as soon as they arrived in our mailbox, Ashley started right away. At first, she was skeptical. After all, she struggled for more than 17 years, so she was extremely cautious about getting too excited, only to be let down once again. But this time was different. After just a few hours, she already began to experience a natural, powerful energy rushing through her veins. One day later, and she'd already melted off 3 pounds, but assumed it was just water weight. Every morning that followed, though, as her calorie-burning brown fat was multiplied, her weight dropped by the day. 1 pound here, 2 pounds there, another pound lost. She was losing weight so fast I was frankly concerned. But Dr. Stedman reassured us that it was perfectly normal, and in a matter of weeks, 58 pounds of deep, hard-to-reach fat from her legs, hips, thighs, along with every nook and cranny of her body, had melted off like ice cream on a hot summer's day, going from overweight and insecure to the sexy woman I'm proud to call my wife today. It felt like we were witnessing a miracle. Ashley's entire figure looked completely different. Her face, stomach, arms, and legs were no longer bloated. That feeling as if she was a balloon ready to pop was completely gone, and telling us her legs no longer felt like she was weighed down by cinder blocks. It felt like Christmas morning as a kid. After that, things snowballed fast. By the end of the first month, my wife had lost a tremendous amount of weight around her stomach and hips. She was finally sleeping a full 8 hours and waking up rested. And she was full of energy every morning, something I hadn't seen her do in ages. Ashley's depression also vanished. And so were the wild hunger cravings she was suffering from for years. God had finally answered our prayers. The days following, she was showered with compliments from her friends, who doubted her, jealous and desperate for her secret, instead of wanting to hide from the world in baggy clothes. It's embarrassing to admit, but this was the first time I was turned on by her ever since she started gaining weight. Not just because of her new slim figure, but her newfound confidence she strutted around with. People were checking her out each time we went to the beach. I wasn't mad about it. And not only was Ashley in love with her hot new sexy firm body, but she was in love with mine too, because I used this ancestral hack myself. And every day I was tightening my belt by a notch until 32 pounds had melted off my beer belly, double chin, and love handles. While I still ate burritos and enjoyed a few Bud Lights with dinner, every time we saw each other, we'd get turned on. We just couldn't keep our hands off each other. The spark in our marriage was back, and it still is to this day. That's what made it all worth it for me. Looking back, it all seems so simple now. After believing for years that losing fat was a complicated process, all it took was a few seconds to grab a cup of water, a tiny capsule, and get on with our stress-free day. In fact, the only thing you'll stress about is having to replace your wardrobe with new sexy and tight-fitting clothes. You know, the clothes you would only dream of wearing. And the next time we saw Dr. Stedman, he was shocked at our new figures. "Ashley, your health markers are amazing," he said. "You've gone down nearly 55 pounds. That's more than 5 dress sizes. Plus, your blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar are that of a 20-year-old. I'm seriously impressed. Best of all, look at your most recent scans. Imagine the feeling when your doctor tells you the same. Would it change the course of your entire life?" But neither me nor Ashley could keep our mouth shut about our dramatic transformation. We felt compelled to share this secret with not just you, but all the Americans who are struggling with weight problems. Though Dr. Stedman made a fair point, 2 people isn't enough proof. So he put in a request for volunteers online. Unlike the traditional diet and exercises they've tried in the past with little to no success, they felt free for the first time in their lives to eat whatever their heart desired without worrying about gaining the fat back. I'm proud to introduce Exoburn, the world's first 100% natural solution to fix the newly discovered, scientifically proven root cause of your belly fat and slow metabolism, low brown fat levels. Inside every capsule is a bespoke proprietary formula of 8 high-quality tropical nutrients and plants in the exact clinically proven quantities that work on a biological level to increase brown fat, which, as you now know, is our calorie-burning engine. So even when you're sleeping or lying on the couch, you're dissolving the deepest, most stubborn fat from every nook and cranny of your entire body into pure, natural, and safe all-day energy. Unlike the weight loss industry's fat burners that are all glorified caffeine tablets with green tea or EGCG and don't work, leaving you feeling jittery. Exoburn is unique. It has no caffeine, toxins, or stimulants at all, so it's not tolerance or habit-forming. And because brown fat releases dopamine, Exoburn is a natural antidepressant too, naturally flooding you with feel-good hormones. Each ingredient is 100% soy-free, dairy-free, vegetarian, plant-based, and non-GMO. And they're through additional third-party inspections and quality control to ensure high purity and potency. Nothing like Exoburn has ever been. With Exoburn is so easy, it takes just 7 seconds. Yet it's more powerful than any diet or exercise on the planet. And because these 8 ingredients come from the healthy Hantre Island, where life expectancy is the highest on Earth. Okay, now it's time for you to finally get the sexy and slim body you've been dreaming of and you deserve. So close your eyes and imagine that, for a second, you're calmly walking into your favorite retail store and spending hours inside the dressing room. Every outfit you try wraps around your tight, toned body so perfectly you couldn't help but buy them all. Imagine seeing the happiness and pride in your kids' and grandkids' eyes as you play with them for hours on end with endless energy, surging through every cell in your body and no discomfort. Imagine hearing your friends gasp, jealous at the amazing changes you've made to your physique in such a short period of time, thinking you've cheated somehow. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Imagine seeing your husband or wife looking at you with lust, complimenting you and wanting you and your body again. And doing this all without dieting or cardio or skipping meals. Really let yourself feel what that would be like. And then tell me, how much would that be worth? To never deprive yourself of your favorite foods, burden your family with worries about your health, and to experience how much more fun life can be and what you've been missing out on for so long. What would you give for all of this right now? Although my accountant suggested we sell a 30-day supply of Exoburn for $725, cheaper than the $1,200 I personally paid to get just a day's worth of the rare Exoburn ingredients. And although I know everyone who's tried Exoburn would happily pay double that after seeing the results for themselves. For me, Ashley, Dr. Stedman, Dr. Delore, and all the other professors and doctors who've worked for months with us in making Exoburn possible, this isn't about the money. We know what it's like to feel your self-esteem, health, and confidence slip away. Watching your belly get bigger and bigger and wondering why nothing is working, no matter how hard you try to lose weight. All we want is to finally take a stand against the deceitful weight loss industry, to save you and everyone like you. The more affordable we make Exoburn, the more likely we'll reach that goal, which is why we flat out refuse to charge $700, $600, or even $500. You're here putting your trust in us, wanting the absolute best for yourself by saying, yes, I'm ready for the change Exoburn can bring into my life. So even though I'll charge $199 for a 30-day supply of Exoburn soon, you won't have to pay that either. I'm going to make your decision as easy as it is to lose fat with Exoburn. So for a limited time only, you can get a massively discounted 30-day supply of Exoburn for a simple one-time fee of just $69. Yes, just $69. The lowest price you'll ever see. But before you order, as you've seen in the studies today, the longer you take these natural links, the more you'll benefit. So if you're over 35 years old or carry excess weight, Dr. Stedman recommends you take Exoburn for at least 3 to 6 months. That's so it has enough time to work throughout your entire body to normalize your brown fat levels, reach your desired weight, and keep your dream figure for life. So to guarantee lifetime results, I'm going to let you order 3 months or 6 months worth of Exoburn today at an outrageously deep discount on today's already special low pricing. That's how confident we are that you'll love what Exoburn has in store for you. Look below this video. If Exoburn is still in stock, you'll see your 3 money-saving options. Do the right thing for your family and loved ones, and choose your package to proceed to our 100% encrypted and secure checkout page that looks like this. Fill in your details, confirm your order, and we'll ship it out same day to your doorstep. No auto ship, no hidden charges, just the safe and secure one-time simple fee. And you can contact our helpful customer support agents to get updates or ask any questions you may have. Act fast. Exoburn is only available on this official page, nowhere else. Not Amazon, eBay, not GNC, or Walgreens. I've removed all middlemen to bring you the best pricing available. But be warned, bottles are selling very, very fast and we're close to running out of stock. And because we refuse to compromise on quality or quantity of the potent tropical ingredients found in Exoburn, the price is rising as well. I'm fighting to keep it low for you because I want you to have the same fighting chance to take back the slim, sexy figure you always dreamed of. The prices you see now are not guaranteed beyond tonight. The last thing I want is for you to come back in a few hours and see higher prices or an out-of-stock sign. That's why 90% of people order 6 bottles at a time so they can start dissolving fat right away and keep it off for years to come, and secure the best savings in stocking up for themselves and their closest friends and family. I hate to say this, but the clock is ticking. There's not much time left. You're here, which means your personal bottles are reserved, but if you close this page, they'll be given to someone else. So don't waste a second more. When the solution is right at your fingertips, claim your discount and choose your package below. And even though we've received hundreds of 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, if you're still skeptical, I understand. After all, the $80 billion weight loss industry has lied to you for decades into believing diet and exercise are your only choice to break free from your belly fat and slow metabolism. They'll never share this quick, easy, 100% natural loophole that target the root cause of belly fat, because they don't want you to know it even exists. After all, with Exoburn, you'd never have to touch another diet or workout again. It's no wonder the weight loss industry is spending tens of millions a year to try and hide this from you. So to prove that this bespoke formula works, and you've absolutely nothing to worry about, I'm backing your order with our ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. That means you decide nothing today. I'm not asking for a yes, just a maybe. Choose your package below, make your order, then you have up to 60 days to decide, which is more than generous, as most people see results within the first week. Test drive Exoburn out for yourself now for a whole 2 months, risk-free. And if you don't feel overflowing with energy and enthusiasm, as your brown fat is supercharged, your muscles tone, and your brain fog lifts, even if you use up every bottle and still aren't happy, then I don't want your money. All you need to do is contact us within 60 days, and you'll get every cent back. I know this sounds crazy, but that's how much I believe in this solution. I cannot do fairer than that. And all you need to do to claim your discount and take advantage of this amazing risk-free deal is choose your package below right now and take back control over your body to become the new you. Or make the smart decision and get the heavily discounted. And don't forget, your order is protected by our 60-day risk-free guarantee. If you're not thrilled with your results within 2 months, then just email our 24/7 customer service team and we'll immediately refund every penny. But time is running out. This limited time special discount will expire at any moment. And the only place you can purchase Exoburn is right here on this page. So act fast and make the right decision for yourself and your family. I think you're ready to get started. Choose your package below right now at this limited time pricing while stocks last. And I can't wait to hear about the difference Exoburn has made in your life. Thank you for listening. Sincerely, John Davis. Hey, still there? I want you to be 100% confident in your decision to order Exoburn today. So let's answer some common questions I get. Number 1, is Exoburn right for me? Well, do you have deep, stubborn fat stores that no diet or exercise seems to remove? Well then, the answer is yes. Exoburn has changed the lives of over 234,000 women and men from 18 to 80 and is designed to rapidly dissolve fat in even the worst cases. But if by the rare chance it doesn't, which is highly unlikely due to the research backing the solution, then you're protected by our ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. That's how confident we are in the power of Exoburn. Number 2, how does Exoburn work? Exoburn is the first product in the world clinically proven to rapidly increase healthy calorie-burning brown fat. Unlike dangerous white fat, brown fat is packed full of fat-dissolving mitochondria, which eat up fat stores and the food you eat into pure energy. By increasing brown fat, you're increasing your daily calorie expenditure from 4 to 9 times more than now. Number 3, what's inside Exoburn? Inside every Exoburn capsule is a unique proprietary blend of 8 natural plants and nutrients that boost brown fat and repair the decades of damage fat has caused. They are perilla leaves, propolis, kudzu root, white Korean ginseng root, and amur cork bark, plus holy basil, quercetin, and allorpion. Number 4, is Exoburn safe? Exoburn is an all-natural proprietary formula manufactured in the USA at our FDA-registered and GMP-certified facility using state-of-the-art precision-engineered machinery and under the strictest and most sterile standards. Each ingredient is 100% plant-based, soy-free, dairy-free, vegetarian, and non-GMO, and put through an additional third-party inspection and quality control to ensure high purity and potency. The only reported side effect from Exoburn is having to toss your baggy clothes in the trash and spend hours in the dressing room trying on new, sexy, tight-fitting clothes. As always, I advise you to show a bottle of this to your doctor before you take it, just to be safe. Number 5, what if Exoburn doesn't work for me? We're confident that Exoburn will give you the powerful support you need to dissolve belly fat. But we also know no supplement has a 100% success rate. Even if we get close, there may be a very small number of customers this doesn't work for. And that's why every single bottle of Exoburn comes with our personal 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're unsatisfied with your results, you can just return what you haven't used for a full, no questions asked refund. Number 6, how many bottles should I order? If you're over 35 years old or carry excess weight, Dr. Betcher recommends you take Exoburn for at least 3 to 6 months so it has enough time to work throughout your entire body to normalize your brown fat levels, reach your desired weight, lock it in for years into the future. Remember, stock is running out fast. More reason to pick up 3 or 6 bottle packages before the price goes up or we sell out completely. Number 7, what's the best way to take Exoburn? Take 1 capsule of Exoburn with a big glass of water every day. Its bespoke proprietary blend of natural ingredients will get to work dissolving fat for you even when sleeping. Number 8. Is this a one-time payment? Yes. Your order today is a one-time payment with no auto ship, subscriptions, or hidden charges. Number 9. How quickly will my Exoburn arrive? We ship out orders the same day they're received. So if you're in the US, you can expect the package in 7 to 10 business days. If you're outside the US, it'll be longer, depending on your local carriers. Finally, number 10. What do I do now? This is the fun part. Click on one of the packages below. Enter your order details on our secure checkout page. After you're finished, we'll get your Exoburn shipped out to you straight away. Remember, your order is covered by our 60-day 100% money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to you at all. Stock is running out fast, and prices may go up at any moment, so just go ahead and click the button below. Complete your checkout, and I'll be talking to you soon.